Hello, welcome to my series of tutorial videos for HTML. These videos are made for people just starting out and have no experience with HTML. By the time you get through watching these videos, you should be able to make your own website using HTML. One thing we will not be covering in these videos is HTML 5.0, which is the newest version of HTML. But we will be covering the other 95% of HTML quite extensively. So to start out creating an HTML document, we can use nothing more than a Notepad that comes with Windows. To open up a new Notepad document, we can right-click anywhere on our desktop, go to New, and then go to a text document in our list here. I know that went out of your screen a little bit, but that's one of the options is text document. So here's our new text document. We can double click that to open it up, and here we go. We're inside our new text document. The first thing we want to do is save as. Where it says save as type text document, we want to change that to all files because we do not want to save as text document. We want to save as HTML. So test.html, and go ahead and save that. And once we have that saved, here it is on my desktop here. We can right click that, open with, and then pick any web browser you like. Web browser meaning Internet Explorer, Firefox, Opera, Safari if you're using Apple, or whatever web browser you're using. So let's open with Internet Explorer, and here's our test.html document here. It's blank right now, but we will change that. So let's go to our test document here. When we write HTML, we use what are called elements. An element is just something which tells our browser what we're trying to do, and an element has predefined names, and we're going to learn about those names kind of as we go. The first element we're going to learn is the HTML tag. The HTML tag has this syntax here with the triangular brackets on either side, and that's called an opening HTML tag, and a closing HTML tag is very similar, except there's a slash right before the element name there. So anything between these two tags is going to be our HTML document. So let's go ahead and make another element here called body. And you can tab in if you like, just to show, I like to tab in just to show that the body is actually inside the HTML element. So this body element here, opening and closing tag, is actually inside this larger element, which is the HTML tag. And our body will hold our HTML to display to our user. So we can type something here, hello everyone, and we can save this. Always remember to save it before you attempt to view it here, and we'll go back to our browser and hit reload, and there you go. There's our first HTML document there. And so our browser is taking that HTML we wrote, and it's reading through it, and it knows how to parse it to display it correctly, as long as we write our HTML correctly. So that's our body element there. And before our body element, we could have another element called head. What a head is, it kind of holds more behind the scene information, information that search engines might use, for example. One real common thing we're going to be using is title, and it looks just like this. And this usually title you'll see all in the same line, so you can also have it a line break there if you like, but it's pretty common just to have it on one line there. And inside our title element here, we can type our title of our page. So this is our test. We can save this, reload it again, and you can see our title in our in our bar here for Internet Explorer says this is our test. And there's also a tab here that has the title, this is our test. So that's all the title element does. And if you notice, the title element is within the head element, and the head element is within the larger HTML element. And both the head and the body are within the HTML element. So anything in the body is going to be things displayed in as your actual web page. Anything in the head is more behind the scenes type information, which also includes our title element. So another thing we're going to need to learn fairly quickly is a break tag, and a break tag just looks like this: BR. In this case, we're putting the closing slash after our break tag, and that's just a shorthand way of kind of doing this, which is pretty redundant, because this is just doing the exact same thing as that there. So, and all a break tag does is break down to the next line. So if we go hello everyone, break, this is our site. Let's go ahead and save this and see what this does. We'll reload, and you can see there's been a line break there. So our whatever text we type after that will be on the next line. And in HTML, any spaces, tabs, or returns you make within your HTML document is not necessarily going to make any change in your on your website. So if we just hit return here and start typing another line, this is another line. Let's save this and see how that reacts in our browser. Okay, so you can see that had no effect. Even though we hit return, it had no effect on our HTML. If we want this this highlighted text here to be on another line, we're going to have to use that break tag again. Break, and we could either have it as it appears here, and we'll just check this out real quick. Save, reload. We can either have it like that, or we can sometimes it's good practice just to, after you have a break, just kind of hit enter anyways and have it down on the next line. This will yield the exact same result. So I reloaded there, the exact same result. Or we could have it all on one line, like so, and it will be the exact same, because once it hits that break tag, it will break down to the next line. Whether or not we click enter within our notepad here doesn't matter at all for our displayed information in our browser. Okay, so that's your first video for HTML. Please join me on the next video, and thank you very much for watching.